What's up, tubers? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a post sub-assembly pre-paint review, comment, rambling, whatever, video about nothing. Wow. Yeah, there was it's over 250 pieces. That's what it says on the box. Man, they weren't kidding. There's a lot of parts in this thing. Very cool. Very cool. Let me start by saying I'm not sponsored. I don't get paid, or there's no kickback for me from anybody for doing these. Go get one if you can. Go get one. Absolutely a fantastic kit. Not a big semi fan. I've built a couple of them, and they're notoriously finicky from what I've understood and learned. And the ones that I chose, the hideout, and let's see, one of the other ones was a Revell, essentially a snap kit. The hideout, the AMT, was, man, what a nightmare the manual alone was. The instruction sheet. One of the big selling points for this one, I even talk about it, is that it's a checklist. They've actually got boxes here that you can tick off for each individual part, and you get it off the tree and you're working with it. Check that one off, you're done. Cool. I don't ordinarily work that way. Like a kit like one of these you've seen on the channel, I'll just blow the whole thing apart and then separate it into its puzzle parts. There's the chassis, the engine, the interior, and whatever extras, the tires and stuff like that. This, unfamiliar with the puzzle, essentially the same, but unfamiliar enough that I decided to do it step by step. And it went together amazingly well. Amazingly well. As soon as I start touching it, it's all going to fall apart. So we'll hold off on that just yet. The manual, again, not trying to sell this thing, but dude, get one. I'm stoked that I have two. Seriously, this one was kind of a learning kit. See how it goes together, what the quirks are. Now I know it's going to be involved in customizing it. More on that in a bit. The one. Excuse me, I got some hay fever going on. The one issue that I found, I could not quite figure out how I don't know, I can't quite figure out how the tilting mechanism works. Very cool. I will say that the tolerances on everything are really fine. So be aware of that when you're painting. Later, the stuff might not join together well. Very cool little tips in the manual. It's good stuff. Definitely good stuff. Okay, here we go. Subassembly. There was quite a bit of it. You can see that was what's left over. The little individual bits that, for whatever reason, don't need to get glued on or will work better painting it by itself. The rest, canisters, little battery box, seats and seat risers, tubes. Not a whole lot of subassembly in here, just some pedals. I went ahead and put the steering wheel and the column together, so it'd just be easier to paint that and then glue it in later. Really neat details. Really cool. There we go. The fitment. Just, wow, such a cool rig. Everything is just, look at that. The way it's designed, the way it instructs you to put it together. This was an absolute gem. And I'm not even done. I mean, we're not even in paint. We're just now getting there. I didn't figure out what color yet. The wheels will turn. One thing that I did notice, and you'll see I was fighting a little bit until I pulled that out. Don't lock in your cross member or engine, or mostly radiator, until last minute, because this is going to need to come in and out and in and out for test fits and stuff, and then for separate painting obviously too. And so I mean, that's what I'm going to do next, is get into this tilting mechanism and try to figure out exactly how it works. I mean, I get the basics, but there's a couple parts that I'm not exactly sure where they go. Again, with the tolerances, like this piece, these two parts, little cylinder, that once that gets painted, you know, it's not going to slide as well. I already had to kind of prep it a little bit, sand it to get it to work smoothly. And then same with where it joins, and with the wheels as well. Even the manual says press fit, snap in. So I'm not going to push the issue yet till it's time to finalize it. And when I do, I'll probably still have to hog that out a little bit because of the fine tolerances. Everything on this kit went together so well, so smooth, and you know, it's all square and true. I definitely get one. Absolutely, definitely recommend. The detail stuff on the engine, all the extra components, would be it wouldn't be hard at all to paint all that stuff up separately and glue it together later. Again, like I said, this is a learning kit for me to see how it all goes. And I can see that, you know, show trucks, hot rod trucks, sure, those guys go crazy on, you know, different color schemes and stuff. So definitely some room for customization and modifications and stuff. One of them, the main one that I'm going to get into on this one, is this sleeper. It's got a cool little... see, you can't see it because the windows are locked. There's a little rolled up blanket. There's a cot with a pillow, with a hospital folded corners. Snap a quarter off of that. I'm gonna cut that one open, at least that one. Maybe those aren't windows on an actual truck, but you know, again, my model, my rules. I may, just so that you can actually see inside of there. But I think that just the back one opened will be enough so you can see through and all the way inside of it, and throw a little extra details inside of there, you know, maybe some magazines, some reading, some light reading, if you will. some video entertainment. I have those little laptop things I can fold up and put in there. Definitely a cool kit. Definitely recommend. If you, again, I'm not a semi guy. This isn't, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, get one because semis are cool. No, get one because it's a cool kit. And I mean, you can even tell from the manual, this is all old school stuff. The story behind this, apparently they had found somebody that had the original kit and they scanned it all and then built the tools off of that scan. So all of this is all new tool stuff, and it definitely shows in its quality and its work. All the stuff there is just the chrome trim stuff, decals, and pretty neat. It shows they have you know, color schematics for different choices, options. Very cool. So let's put a little bit of time into this, and then there's my load. Got 5 Mopars on the back of the hauler. So next time you see this thing, it'll probably be it may be painted or at least primed. So what I'm gonna do now is do some hacking and a hewing, chopping and a grinding. Thanks for watching.